Well, magnificent singer, wonderful songwriter, terrific actor, and a lead guest, James Reyne.
Morning.
I know what you did then.
I saw it. I forget who it was, but someone waited that split second, and I saw you. No one does that anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Your name is announced, and you just wait a beat, and in you come. Actually, let's try it again.
Is it?
I reckon 2 beats.
Two beats?
It should be. Yeah, just
okay,
2 beats.
With one cat and dog, two.
Yeah,
cat and
but
dog.
on James Reyne, on the actual name itself, 1, 2, enter.
Enter.
Yeah,
Laughing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How are things anyway? Everything okay? Had a nice weekend. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm very sad, you know. And this is a serious note. Our 2 little fishies died, you know, Bert and Patty. It was just obviously something which was in the family or hereditary, and they were nothing to laugh at, you know. I mean, those fish meant a lot to me. They were there from day one of the new GMA. The funeral is tomorrow. We're hoping lots of people can arrive. Their request was for their ashes to be scattered over the aquarium, and we'll meet that. I'm going to leave him there for a while, just so you know. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. James Reyne. You're one bloke that doesn't need that sort of stuff, because whenever I look at a running sheet, you know, a day or so before, and you're there, I know there's always lots to talk about, because you're more than, as they say, a pretty face, more than just a singer and composer and so forth. You're a man right into your music, and I reckon, tell me if I'm wrong, but this is the new album, and the horse you rode in on. This would be the most eclectic collection that you've done. Probably,
yeah. It's about 8 or 9 older songs, all acoustic, and about 6, 7, you know, of other people's songs.
Now, how did you... and covers, which is not necessarily what you go into?
No, well, they were just songs that I'd always liked, songwriters I'd always liked. There's a Townes Van Zandt song on there that I've always loved his writing. There's a Dan Hicks song on there. Since I was about 12 years old, I've always loved Dan Hicks. In fact, there's an album called The Last Train to Hicksville that, for me, arguably is the best album I think ever made. But,
is that a fact?
So it was just a really nice opportunity for me. I think the record company quite happy as long as I put some covers of some acoustic versions of older songs of mine on there. They were quite happy for me to explore some.
You didn't include Downhearted.
Oh yeah, it's on. I think it's on there.
Oh, is it really?
Is it?
Well,
I can't remember myself.
Well, I had to listen to it, and I was waiting for Downhearted. Well, hang on a second.
Third last, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Oh, that's right. It's track 14, and my player only plays 12.
Does it? Yes.
So there you go. A bit of bad luck there. Well,
I think dear Ernie Sigley's been playing that a bit on 3AW.
Yes.
I have heard. Yeah. And I actually heard it one day.
Yeah. Oh, he's a big rap for you.
Well, I'm a big rap for Ernie. I love Ernie.
Yeah,
he's a lovely bloke.
Yeah. He's not here, though. But Downhearted is. I'll go through. Errol. To Live's to Fly, One More River, The Euphonious Whale, Reckless, How to Make Gravy, Oh No, Not You Again, Any Day Above Ground, Mr. Frog Went a Courtin', Slave, Reno, Hammerhead, Stood Up, Downhearted, Stranger Than... Yet it went to Stranger Than Fiction. I didn't get Downhearted.
It skipped over Downhearted.
Oh, yeah, this is the... well, perhaps the record player doesn't like the Downhearted, which is amazing. Anyway, I'll play it again at lunchtime and see what happens. Well, we're out of time.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Great to see you. James, you mentioned the record company before.
Yeah.
Are they sometimes pains, or, I mean, is it a...
Not this one. They're great. Liberation, they're fantastic. They're, I think... I'm going to get killed for saying this. They're probably what would be described as a boutique record company.
Yeah.
They're not a big multinational. I think in the days when I used to be able to get deals with big record companies, sometimes they were fairly, you know, not interfering, but they'd come this year, look over your shoulder and say, well, what's the single? When's the next single? And,
But so this is the Liberation Blue series.
This is Liberation Blue series. Right. So there are other acoustic albums. I've done one series last year of acoustic records, and this is the second series.
Why can't you get the deals now with the big company?
You know, I may be able to. I haven't really tried. I think it was just a period there where, you know, there wasn't a great deal of radio exposure, and I think it's a difficult sell if you haven't got radio exposure. I think for a record company going to spend you know, a significant amount of money for you to make a record and obviously to promote it, because as we know in this day and age, you've got to spend a lot of money to promote things.
Yeah.
Without radio exposure, I think it was a difficult sell. So
I suppose the other deal too is there aren't the television shows around now that used to be where you could expose the music.
There aren't, no, I don't think so. Well, there's you, and there's you,
and Kerry Ann.
There's you.
And,
yes,
but no Hey Hey.
No Hey Hey.
No Hey Hey. No Don Lane Show.
No Don Lane Show,
yeah.
no.
And also I thought no Down Harvard, but it is there. But what about the music industry as it is at the moment, James? In good shape generally, or is it all pop tune bubblegum stuff?
Well, I think I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I think I've always been on the periphery of it anyway, and I think I'm probably and by choice, you know, I like being on the periphery of it. I think it's more of a business. I think it's much more big business. I think you get less. If you're a young person today trying to start out, unless you're going to go into either Idol or one of those sort of things.
What do you think of those things?
Look, there've always been talent shows. There's always been the talent show thing in pop music ever since the 50s when it began. There's always been that element.
Would you like the premise of?
I think the premise is. I think it's probably okay. Look, my attitude towards that is if someone who wins that or gets exposure from that or gets a profile from it, and they come out and say, "Look, music is my life. I've always wanted to be a singer. It's what I believe in." Okay, good on you. Fantastic. You've won a talent show, and let's see in 5 years if you're still around and you're still really good. And it's a friend of mine had this analogy that he used to use for Idol. It's like asking someone to go and learn Japanese for 2 weeks and then giving them the job as the diplomat to Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and it's a language. It's it's show business. I mean, you know better than anybody.
Pretty brave though, isn't it? In some respects.
Brave.
I mean, why not leave it just to the family to say that you're fat, ugly, and can't sing? You get out there and bang, off you go. Have a bit of a cry, and the judge says "Beaut," and
then back to the cheese shop.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, exactly.
But then again, there are some people.
Can you imagine them going home and saying, "Mummy, did you hear that nasty man said? Do you think I'm fat, ugly, and can't sing?" Yes. Well, darling, I've been trying to tell you for years now. That's the story. But, of course, once you get into the...
Of course, and I think some of them... Let's hope there's one or two that are in 5 years. If they'll be... The thing is, if in 5 years they'll be much better singers or whatever they are than they are now.
Or fatter.
And probably fatter.
Yeah.
Or much thinner.
Yeah.
Because it's all gone to poo, you know.
Well, I suppose so, yeah. I suppose so.
Stress has really kicked in.
You're travelling with a co-star this time around.
With Seymour, yeah, me and Seymour, Mark Seymour, we're going out to do a tour together. He's got an album out as well. Yep. I had Mark Seymour album out as well.
Great singer.
Today.
Had you done double bills before?
Never done double bill before. We did some promo together. Yeah. We did a very funny. We laughed ourselves around the New South Wales countryside. We did all the country radio stations. Lovely people. But we got asked some very interesting questions.
What sort of questions?
Oh, look,
who are you?
Yeah, who are you? That's right. No, I think... I had one... Oh, a guy got offended. There was a guy in some country town, some country radio station, and I had a song called Hammerhead. Yeah. And he thought... Oh, and
it's on this?
Yeah, on there. Yeah. And he was a... I don't know much about New South Wales rugby teams, but there's obviously a team called the Sharks. Yes. And there's another team called the somethings, I don't know, let's call them, say, the Eels. Yeah. I don't know if it was. And he's an Eels fan. He got quite offended that hey, mate, what are you doing a song about, the Sharks for? What's going on? As if I was a Shark supporter. Yeah. Because it was Hammerhead, it's got nothing to do with Sharks. Yeah, so, interesting story.
You're going to be very busy, I've got the details here of your tour. I mean, it's a big ask on your part. I think you might join the Goldfish at the end of it. But
he's down in the aquarium.
Yeah, James and Mark are going to be at all of these places.
Rudy Hill RSL.
Yeah, Rudy Hill RSL is going to be one of them. There are quite a few more, aren't there?
Yeah, a few more, lots more.
Yeah, anytime you like, Peter. That's it.
Is that it?
How many we have? 3 pages. Oh, well, there you go. My favourite story of country radio, I better not mention the station, but some years ago, there was a bloke who'd done the breakfast session for 45 years or something and was 103 and the whole deal. A new manager came in, true story, and he said, look, we're going to smarten this thing up, throw out the old music and let's get contemporary and the whole deal. And I happened to hear the bloke on his first morning with the news thing. At the end of Hey Jude, he said, there you go, yeah, Hey Jude, from the Beatle Brothers. And that was it, because they're really called the Beatles. James, look, what are you singing for us this morning?
A song called To Live, to Fly.
And it's on there, obviously. James Reyne, later in the show. This is the album that we were talking about, a collection of some of his greatest work, plus covers done terrifically by this terrific artist. He's joined this morning by Bert and Tracy Kingman. It's great to have them always with us on GMA. Two Lives to Fly is the song with Bert and Tracy. Here's James Reyne.
Days up and down they come, like rain on a conga drum. Getting most, remember some, don't turn none away. Everything is not enough, nothing is too much to bear. Where you've been is good and gone, all you keep's the getting there. To live is to fly, both low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the sleep out of your eyes. We've all got holes to fill, and them holes are all that's real. Some fall on you like a storm, sometimes you dig your own. The choice is yours to make, time is yours to take. Some sail upon the sea, some toil upon the stone. To live is to fly, both low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the sleep out of your eyes. Goodbye to all my friends, it's time to go again. Think on all the poetry and the picking down the line. To live is to fly, both low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the tears out of your eyes.
Very nice, James. Lovely. And just sitting there listening to you, you love in your music, you love storytelling, don't you? That's the sort of song you get your teeth into.
Absolutely. I sort of like it the older I get.
Yeah. And also great guitar playing, considering that James was born with a metallic little finger. Now it's off. Oh,
yeah.
Do you mind if I show you?
No.
This is, we always do this with, or quite often with Tracy. As close as you possibly can. I get to cuddle her too, which is great. And you see different coloured eyes. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's wonderful. Also, Bert has a physical abnormality. Unfortunately, we can't show it on morning television. But we can thank the guys for being here. Thanks, James. Thank you, Bert. And thank you, Tracy. Lovely stuff. OK, now on GMA, whose eyes are quite normal. Moira.